hard shell tacos.
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 All right. This is a very different edition of the hard shell tacos. These are spooky tacos. Fucking occult tacos. My name is Leo. I will be your soothsayer and clairvoyant for the evening.
Ooh, I like your deck.
Yeah, wait till you see the art.
That's really pretty.
So, for people who are not able to see at the moment, we are going to do a tarot reading right now. I have a very special deck of cards for this. And I'll be putting the video on YouTube so that everybody could see the how the cards came out and everything. Okay. I think I want to shuffle it again. I feel like I should.
Yep. I'll probably get, I might be getting a deck this week, and then maybe I can do one on you.
Yeah, it's always worth practicing.
Since we're going into, like, Halloween and stuff, we
Yeah.
can have another Halloween edition.
Okay. Let's see. Could you say what your intentions are for this? What do you want to get out of this?
Oh, God.
I need to get that in my brain, my third eye, while I shuffle.
I just kind of want to know if I'm, like, on the right path as far as, like, relationship or job go.
Okay. Life direction.
Mm-hmm. Yes. There you go.
Okay, so that the deck is ready. I think I mentioned the last time that I'm kind of a beginner at this, so I need to pull up how to do the spreads and everything. Here we go. For number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me write these down really quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Those are becoming an annoyance.
I can see on there that there's some reverse cards.
Yes. We have the...
That is a nice deck, though. I really like that. I like the artwork on it.
Alright, so I'm gonna put the spread this is I'm sure this is really riveting, but here's what I'm doing is for audio format only, there are 6 positions. Just, I don't know, kind of like in a rectangle, 3 and 3 on top, 3 on bottom. Top middle is number 1, and then it goes clockwise from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So, I will read them all off in a moment. Okay. Done. All right. So that clockwise thing, starting from the top to the bottom, or top going clockwise, we have the inverted Page of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, inverted Ace of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, the Moon, and inverted Emperor. So that's what we're going to be deciphering.
I kind of see where this is going just because I kind of know a little bit about some of the cards, but I'll let you explain because I'm not too familiar, but I kind of know where this is going.
I have no idea. I don't really know what any of them mean. I just know that the artwork looks really cool.
Yeah, it does. I like this deck that you have.
I'm going to move these out of the way because I'm going to need my keyboard a lot. Okay. Inverted Page of Wands. I'm going to switch what I'm recording here. And And I'll change my presentation so that you can see as well. So the positions are: this person's purpose in my life is the inverted page of wands. How does this person's energy affect me is the Three of Pentacles. What are our strengths as a team? The inverted Ace of Pentacles. What kind of challenges do we face as a team is the Six of Cups. An underlying issue we have in our relationship, the Moon. A better way to communicate with that person is the inverted Emperor. So, let's get started. Not sure if that's correct or what, but don't confirm or deny anything yet.
Okay.
Not until we get to the end, because it's like I said before, with like coming in with a healthy amount of skepticism. It's not until we find out. Not until the end can we say for certain if any of this shit worked. But if we're confirming things, it kind of prods it. It changes the outcome as it's going. I'm seeing a theme coming up.
Yeah, I kind of see the same.
Yeah. Six of Cups. Okay. Big chunk of this is gonna get cut out.
Okay, yeah.
This is a little fucking boring. I know.
Yeah.
If I knew what this shit meant, then,
Yeah.
it'd be different, but...
It would be, yeah.
Okay, all done. I'm gonna try to use that fast forward effect to make it look like I did that shit really quick. So, let me see how if I can build on these. But you know what? I'll just fucking read them out, whatever. So, this person's purpose in my life, the inverted page of wands. So what I drew from this was, rather than worrying about how things appear from the outside, think about what you can do, what your maximum potential for contribution to the relationship can be. Yeah, the suggestion is that there's too much concern with superficial things that don't matter as much. How does this person's energy affect me? The Three of Pentacles. This is typically regarded as the card of genius. People liken it or compare it to... they use Da Vinci as like the best example. So the suggestion here, based on the card's artwork, which mine most definitely doesn't have that, but mine shows a master at work, and in other artwork it shows the master teaching his students. So I think that you already have, I'm not sure if it's him or you, but you have mastery already. It's a matter of now teaching your partner. I'm not sure what they need to know, to be honest with you, but it's a matter of teaching them how they can best be your partner.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's gonna take it's gonna take time, but honest effort, and it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's see. What are our strengths as a team? The inverted Ace of Pentacles, or coins as some people know it. A suggestion to reconnect with your values. So this references outward appearances as well. So the idea is to make the inside out, show the inside out, so that your outward appearances are your truest values instead of like stage makeup.
Gotcha.
Or
Okay.
like of hamming shit up for Instagram or something. Like make your life actually like that instead of just pretending.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it says to think introspectively, and if you're not certain how to do that, you won't be reaching your fullest potential as a partner.
Gotcha.
So my thinking is thinking introspectively when we refer to the card before is introspectively is going to mean including them in your thinking process. I think to think it as a team, maybe have like meta discussions about relationship. I don't know, just my guess.
Okay.
Let's see, what kind of challenges do we face as a team? The Six of Cups. This suggests an openness and willingness to learn, as well as optimism of the goodness that can be if there is mutual understanding and communication. That ties in really well with what I just said. What I've been saying anyway is communication and a willingness to learn from each other, and you'll have, I don't know how you couldn't succeed. The card symbolizes reflecting on our youth when we were young, energetic, and enthusiastic. Try to recapture that energy. I don't know enough about your relationship to say what exactly that means, but I'm sure you do. Okay, an underlying issue we have in our relationship came out the moon. In this position, it conveys deep sensitivity and impressionability that develop when you are comfortable. The card in this position represents a test of your inner values and integrity in your identity. So I think there's the theme again of introspection, communication, understanding. The deep sensitivities and impressionabilities that are developed in a state of comfort, being open with each other and comfortable with each other, you should be able to have deep and honest conversations about where your relationship is going or how it could improve as well. So I'm expecting that when you make yourself vulnerable, I don't know, maybe you're going to have your personal values tested. I'm not sure. And a better way to communicate with this person, the inverted emperor. When the emperor's upside down, implications are that there is petty behavior, insistence on being the recipient of our preferred love languages while not having symmetrical reciprocity. Be open to hearing the other person with an open heart and ear, or risk losing the adoration of your quote-unquote subjects. To wit, arrogance and forgetting to be a good partner will be the undoing of the kingdom. Man, it just really sounds a lot to me like there's a need for honest communication.
100%.
Which is, I know that's like a really general phrase for, if you're playing along at home. It is a very general thing, but fuck if I know. How accurate was it?
That's actually, yeah, that's kind of spot on right now.
All right. Well, there you have it. Let me package this up. I'm gonna send this to you in chat.
Okay.
How do those things they connect? How do they land? Whatever you're willing to share, anyway.
I mean, it's pretty accurate because there's not a really good line of communication and like understanding on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we're both really conveying what we are, like our wants, you know? And like it just kind of feels like we're kind of drifted apart at the moment. But I know a big chunk of that has to do with the communication aspect of it. So that was pretty spot on.
So that makes me wonder. Obviously, you've both been through a lot of really traumatic events, a lot of traumatic experiences. I don't know. Could you be at a point where you're comfortable sharing that kind of thing?
I mean, we have already.
Okay.
We've had conversations like that. It's just like when I'm being given advice, sometimes I get a little defensive.
Oh, yeah.
And it just comes across like I'm not really receptive to it, and that actually happened today.
At the same time, something that's, I think it's really difficult for men is we want to fix, we want to do, we want to take action.
I mean, that's how I am too, though. I'm like that too.
So if you both want to do that, then you're not open to somebody else's input.
100%, and that's a two-sided thing that happens a lot. Like, yeah. And we're both also very, hyper-independent human beings, so we don't really, I don't know, need people or need, it's just, it's interesting. But yeah, the communication aspect is definitely something that needs to get better, and like being comfortable and being receptive to, other inputs is definitely a thing that can be improved on both ends.
Yeah, being open to other inputs, but also knowing when not to.
Yeah.
When not to give input and just listen.
Yeah.
That was really I still don't really know how to do that.
Neither do I. And like with me, I know I use my ADHD a lot as an excuse, but it really is like with me, I like to relate to people. So if they're talking about something, I kind of want to jump in and give, my input on it. And not everyone needs that all the time, but it's like something that's hard for me to differentiate whether, I should or shouldn't. But, I mean, that's always been an issue for me. But, I need to learn, when to do it, when not to do it.
And also, maybe that's something that you learn together is communicating with each other on how can you effectively say, I don't need input. I just need a sympathetic ear.
Yeah.
How can you say that without being abrasive?
Yeah, that's something that we literally were struggling with today because we were having a pretty serious-ish conversation, and I was trying to give my input, but I wasn't given a chance to give my input. So that was, that got frustrating.
Shutting you out isn't the way to do it. Same with you.
And then, I mean, I'm the same way too. When he's trying to give me input on certain stuff, I'm like, I get defensive. So it's like a two-sided thing. And that's just me in general with, anyone that's trying to give me advice. I need to be more receptive of it, not get too, offended by it, or, I don't know. I need to start looking outwards with other people's,
being willing to listen and accept advice.
Yeah.
One of the best phrases, it seems, when you hear it, it seems really obvious, but until you hear it, you may not realize if you are doing it or not. The way that I've come to learn how to approach issues with a partner is to think of it as me and my partner versus the problem.
Yeah.
Instead of me versus my partner about the problem.
Yeah.
So that's that. Having that perspective really helped. Well, hasn't helped me yet, but I feel like it has. It's done me well in other relationships anyway, non-romantic types. Just, yeah. If you're working as a team, then work together as a team.
Yeah. And just given my past, relationship, it's something that I'm definitely working on because when it came to talking about, serious issues, it was like walking on eggshells. So
right.
I have to learn how to comfortably approach, conversations without getting defensive and, closed off. And yeah, that's a work in progress. But definitely the last relationship I was in has something to do with that too, because of the type of relationship that it was.
It sounds like you're both open to talking about it, at least. It just seems like you're not open to listening.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how to put this, because I had an interesting kind of conversation. Hey, cat, do you mind? Thank you.
Gato.
Well, I mean, there's no getting around it. There's some really crazy shit going on. The situation in Palestine / Israel, it's fucking horrendous.
Yeah, I keep seeing stuff on Instagram, with like actual live video and stuff, and it's just it's very heartbreaking to watch all that stuff right now. It's crazy I can't even imagine what these people, are having to go through and deal with, but yeah, it's really hard to like watch what's happening.
Yeah, that was something that we talked about on Progressive Patriots. The first thing when we first talked about it was something that I mentioned was just how fortunate I am that I could just turn it off. I could just click away, and I don't have to see it anymore. And these people have to live it every single day.
Yep.
And this morning, as we were kind of mapping out how we want to talk about this, because it's obviously a really touchy situation with there's a lot of historical context. It's really difficult, and this isn't the place to get into that. But the best thing that I came away with was how I said it's like you and your partner versus the problem. Like, it shouldn't, I don't know, what I realize is like it's not like me and Palestinians versus Israel, or versus oppression, or me and Israel versus terrorism. Like, it should be me and everyone against like cruelty and suffering.
Yeah.
Because like nobody is like really deserving what's happening right now.
100%. Yeah. And like a lot of the stuff I see too, it's just mostly, kids.
Exactly. I mean,
like that's just fucking terrible.
I think more than half of the population in Gaza is under 18. So
yes, yeah, like that's all I see when I see stuff about that. It's like these kids, like they're basically just attacking children.
Pretty much.
And it's heartbreaking. And then I see the parents, holding their children, and
dead
like
toddlers. Are you fucking kidding me?
I can't imagine. Like, I cannot imagine what these people are dealing with. Like, I don't ever want to have to deal with something like that, but it's terrible. What's happening?
Yeah, something. I had a little like a veterans roundtable kind of thing on Thursday, and that was something that I had mentioned was I went to Afghanistan it's not pleasant, as I'm sure anyone could imagine.
Yeah.
And I've seen my fair share of very horrific and gory things that more than I care to recall.
Yeah.
And I have not seen anything like this. This is beyond anything that I've seen.
Yeah, it's really, really horrible.
Yeah, that's
yeah, I like every single day, especially like Instagram. Anytime I open Instagram, I'm seeing all this stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how is this happening right now?
right.
It's just, it's a lot, and I can't even begin to try to empathize with what the people that are actually going through it are, dealing with. No one should be going through shit like that.
Right. That's what we came away with this morning. Was like, don't forget the other people's humanity. As outraged as you might become.
Yeah.
On behalf of whoever, there is a bit of justification to be like angry on behalf of either group of people. But like continuing to split them like that and forgetting that that they're people as well, like the people that you're supposedly against or quote unquote against, they're people too. A lot of them are just innocent civilians. Israeli, Palestinian is immaterial.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what their nationality is or what their passport says. They're people.
Yeah. It's just fucking wild.
Yes, it's just people suffering needlessly, and that's completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh man, what are we at? We're at about 40 minutes. I can probably cut about 10 with editing to get that filler time out of the way. Oh, another synchronicity. When I messaged you earlier. And I said I'm going to be a little bit late, and then you mentioned that you were eating. That's exactly what I was doing.
Oh.
I was just getting food and about to sit down with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, we had gone to go eat like earlier on in the day, but we had leftovers. And then we went to a brewery nearby, and we were watching the F1 race that's out here in Austin.
Oh, that's right, weekend. The American Grand Prix.
Yeah. I wish I would have bought tickets for that. But yeah, we did that. We had some beer, and then we went to the grocery store, and then we came back, and I looked at the time like, oh shit, and I'm like, let me eat real quick. So when I saw that, I was like, thank God, because I need to like shove this food.
Yeah, shoveling is never fun.
So I'm a little bit on the tipsy side.
Oh, that's fun.
So I'm like, let me kind of sober myself up real quick. So I shoveled my food down my gullet. And I'm good. I'm okay now.
Speaking of tipsy, I opted on October 1st to stop drinking. But
okay.
Question: I had a beer at the concert. I will admit that. But
that's true. I was trying to remember. I'm like, did you?
But I had a beer. That's it. I had the one, and then I stopped. And then, I went to a comedy show a few days ago on Thursday. That's why I couldn't record Thursday. I went to a comedy show.
Is that where you were VIP at? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, that has to be a comedy show. You're like right smack dab in the middle of it.
Yeah. So for people who can't see it, is I went to a comedy show on Thursday, right? And they have the tables arranged in just like rows, going from the stage backwards. And I had I paid for a VIP seat because I was thinking it'll be a little bit more secluded, maybe a little more spacious, but just kind of like off to the side, really. But no, what they did was they put a single table for one right between the rows, and directly in front of me was the fucking microphone where the act was gonna be doing their thing. Like, thanks. and the spotlights that are going around in the room are just always landing on me. This is really...
Oh, man.
This
that's
is fantastic. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
Oh, man, that's funny.
So
So I found out I'm going to go see Tool in January.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my friend got me tickets, so that's another bucket list concert off my list. And then I just saw that Alkaline Trio is coming in February.
Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Right? I just saw that, and the tickets are cheap, so I'm going to be getting tickets for that, too, because I'm like, I've been wanting to see them for a long time, too. I love them.
Is AFI and, like, Taking Back Sunday gonna be there, too?
I wish I would be all over that. They all three actually were in this festival in Las Vegas that's going on right now. It's called When We Were Young.
Was that headlined by The Killers? It fucking better have been.
No, that one, this year it's headlined by Blink-182 and Green Day.
Damn, man. That's middle school.
Yeah, I think my boss, I think, is over there right now, unless he sold his tickets. He's trying to get me to buy his tickets, and I'm like, bro, I just came back from vacation. Like, no. I'll tell you who's on there this year. I know it's Blink-182, Green Day, 30 Seconds to Mars, Sum 41. God. I really want to see them. I was like,
whoa, that's a deep cut.
I'm like, what the fuck? Trying to find their set list here. Pierce the Veil, Reliant K, Thrice. I already saw Thrice. They're one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, I saw Thrice too once.
God, they're so fucking good. Yeah, it's Green Day, Blink-182, 30 Seconds to Mars, The Offspring.
Wow, they're really good performers.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I should have bought those tickets from him. Good Charlotte, 5 Seconds to Mars,
Good
All Time Low.
Charlotte? What the...
I can't stand them.
I was never a fan of them either.
Gym Class Heroes, I got to see them a long time ago. Yellow Card, I also got to see a long time ago. Rise Against, Motion City Soundtrack, MXPX.
I was waiting for that one.
Let's see, Bowling for Soup, Say Anything, Michelle Branch, Less Than Jake, Finch, Goldfinger, The Ataris,
Finch.
Plain White Tees, The Veronicas, what the fuck, Newfound Glory, Simple Plan.
Simple Plan.
Yeah. The Academy is... And I can't read the rest of this fucking shit. But I know, I follow them on Instagram, and I saw that Avril Lavigne popped up. She played with someone, but she was there last year. Last year's lineup was a lot better than this year's, and I'm like, can't believe I missed last year.
Avril Lavigne might have played with whoever in Sum 41 that she's married to.
No, they've been divorced for a while.
Oh, shit. Okay, well.
And then she dated the guy from fucking Nickelback.
Gross.
from Nickelback. Last year, this lineup was even better last year. My God. It was last year was My Chemical Romance, Paramore, The Used, AFI, Alkaline Trio, Dance Gavin Dance, All American Rejects, A Day to Remember, Bring Me the Horizon, Taking Back Sunday.
Good.
Dashboard Confessional, Bright Eyes Jimmy Eat World, Atreyu, Seosin, which is one of my favorites. Census Fail, Sleeping with Sirens, Silverstein, Amber Lynn, Thursday Armor. Like last year, like Hawthorne Heights, like it was such a good lineup last year.
I get a lot of flack for this, but this is the hill I'm gonna die on. The dude's voice from The Offspring annoys the ever-loving fuck out of me. I can't stand it.
Wow.
But
okay.
I did go to one of their shows with my ex. It was Bad Religion was the headline, and they were the.
Oh my God, were they any good?
They were great.
Love them.
They were awesome.
Okay.
The Offspring was really good too, and I even was like, I fucking hate this guy. Typically, I can't stand hearing him singing, but no, they sounded pretty good live.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them. Yeah, my boss, I found out he's obsessed with like Blink-182. He's your age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he had bought tickets, but then he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna go." He's like, "Do you want to buy my tickets?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "You can get me your ticket." But I'll have to ask him when he comes back if he actually went, because I'm like, if you do go, please take a lot of video because I'm jealous of some of the bands that are on there. And then I saw that Sick New World tickets went out. Like, they sold out for next year, but last year's lineup for that was a lot better than this year.
Crosses is touring one of Chino's
Really?
side projects. Yeah.
Okay.
Tickets went on sale on Tuesday, and I wasn't, or Monday, excuse me, and I wasn't.
Did you get Deftones tickets? Because they're coming out there too.
I'll have to check, but like the Crosses tickets, the only ones that were open, I think, were resale, and they were like $200.
Oh,
so
dang.
yeah, if I wasn't able to get them on pre-sale, which I expect they were gonna be like $100 or something, but.
Yeah, I saw that Tool opened up a second day in Phoenix for their tour.
Let's go to Deftones and see what's up.
I know, I'm like they're one of my other bucket lists, you know. I mean, my dog that passed was named after him. I love him too. Or I love them too, but Chino, yeah.
There's, they have their own festival, Dia de los Deftones.
Is it Dia de los... Yeah,
I really want to go to that. I want to go to that.
When is that?
It's November 4th in San Diego.
Dang.
It's sold out.
Son of a bitch, of course.
Yeah. The only other... that's the only date that they have listed, so I'm not sure where they're going to be here.
Okay. Yeah, for the Crosses, I don't think I've ever heard of that side band. I've only heard of Team Sleep and Palms.
Crosses is newer.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'll have to listen to that. Yeah, they're coming out here in March, but in San Antonio.
If anyone's interested, Alexis Rocha's beating the shit out of Giovanni Santillan. We'll be discussing on B-sides when we record tomorrow.
Is that boxing?
Yes.
Or MMA? Okay. I was like, oh, that sounds like boxing.
It is.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to stay on my little concert going stuff because I'm like, all these bands are getting so old.
Yeah, that was on the Deftones subreddit. That's just something that people were talking about. Was they're getting older. Like Chino's almost 50. Like, dude, Kiss is still touring. Iron Maiden is still touring.
Too, like
Alice Cooper is still fucking touring, man.
Metallica, like Aerosmith, the fucking Rolling Stones, for God's sake, they're like 80 almost.
Elton John was touring until a few years ago. Like,
yeah, that shit's wild.
So please do not with that shit, all right?
Yeah, the Deftones are definitely on my list of on my bucket list too. And then I also want to watch System of a Down, like so bad.
They were great. I took my sister, got her ticket for her birthday.
Okay. Yeah, I want to go see them at some point too. Let me see who else. I've already seen Slipknot, and they were great.
I've seen Stone Sour.
Okay, I love that man's voice. Corey Taylor.
Yeah, Corey Taylor's pretty solid.
God, I love his voice. I just love. He actually liked one of a comment I left him a couple years ago, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what? No way. But yeah, oh God, his voice. I love his voice too. It's great. It's really great. I'm trying to think, what other bands do I want to see? Seosin is another one, just because I really like them. Yeah, I'm very excited for Alkaline Trio in February. Definitely getting those tickets this week. Super excited about Tool. I'll have to see what other concerts there are. There's a couple other people that I want to see. Um, but I think I've made it my goal, like, from here on out to, like, go to concerts for.
Yeah, but that's something that I've decided as well. I want to say coming out of the pandemic was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to everything I can.
Yeah.
If I can
and then,
go,
like,
I'm going.
Yeah, and like either next year when I turn 40, I'm gonna go watch a Steelers game in Pittsburgh. I want to go to Disneyland and, the Wizarding World. Yeah, I'm like, I just want to do stuff that I've wanted to do, because I'm getting older too. But yeah, that's kind of my goal right now, is to just get all these concerts out of the way and just start traveling more. Even if it's by myself.
Yes, that is something that that's something I've had to come to grips with. I had always. This is gonna sound really fucking douchey, and it is, but I had always thought like male privilege. What the no, fuck no. And then I was then just randomly on internet, somebody shared just a screenshot of an article, and it was the headline was like it was aimed at women. It was like, why you should travel to Pakistan alone, and then the caption was like, did human trafficking write this? And
Jeez.
Like that was kind of like when it clicked. It was like, fuck, I could go to pretty much anywhere I want by myself, and I have no issues. And that was and I was just thinking like my sister couldn't do that, my ex couldn't do that.
I'm like, I definitely can't do that, even though I think I can.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bitch, you need someone to go with you. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, no, you need to have someone go with you. But I'm like the only, unmarried friend in my friend group. Unmarried, childless, so I'm like, I don't have friends that want to travel with me because they have, husbands and children, so it's kind of hard to find people to travel with. But yeah, I'm like, maybe we can be each other's travel buddy. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Like we can probably do that. 'Cause yeah, like my partner doesn't like traveling either because there's no trust in other people taking care of our animals. So I always just travel alone.
Oh, yes, I remember what I wanted to say. I've had another one of those fucking situations where I start chatting with a lady and things seem to be going really well. We get along decently well or whatever. We get along well and everything, and things seem to be going well. And then my paranoia kicks in, where... So it was. I thought she asked me pointedly, like, what are some, I don't know, like relationship fears that I have. And so one of them is that I'm investing myself into someone that's not as enthusiastic about me as I am about them, and like that, it really fucking bothers me. And so what I've come to start doing is when things are going really well and we're talking, then the paranoia hits, and then I start thinking, like, I initiate every time we communicate. It's always me. So I'll just
I kind of feel
stop.
like that too. Yeah.
So I just stop and, like, do they try to reach back out? Nope. Haven't had one that has yet. There is one where I tried to explain it to her. I did. And she, like, it still happened. Like I told her, I was like, look, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is something that really bothers me. That happens a lot. I want to communicate that early so that we can avoid that in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm a dude, but I would need to feel fucking wanted and desired and appreciated as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it still ended up happening.
I think that happens happens to me a lot too. I mean, even currently, I feel that way too. It's like, I'm putting all this effort in, and it's not getting reciprocated, so I stop, and then it just stops on both sides,
it just dies.
And I'm like, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, and then I get paranoid, like, oh, they don't love me anymore, or this or that, And so I start shutting down, and I close myself off. Like, that's where my paranoia takes me. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean by all that, because I do the same thing. Even with friendships, I'm the same way too.
I am that way sometimes, but I have to remember, I don't have kids, and a lot of them do. So
yeah, and that's kind of something I need to understand too. Like, I've started to notice that more in friendships now. It's like, why am I the one that's like doing all this extra shit and going all out for your birthday or whatever, and yet I don't get like celebrated or shit like that,
Right.
So yeah, I kind of feel like that within friendships too. I'm like, why is it that I'm like really cheering you on, rooting for you, and going all out and doing the most, and it's not.
It's just me.
I don't get it. I don't get any of it back. And I'm like, it would be nice.
It would.
But yeah, I notice that doesn't happen sometimes, and that's something I started to notice more is like within friendships, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, and then I start going paranoid, like, is this a real friendship, or am I just being used? Am I this, or
Yeah, I understand the paranoia.
But yeah, I'm like that too, but more specifically within friendships right now. And it's kind of making me kind of retreat a little bit and just want to seclude myself. Because it's like, what's the point? If I'm going to do everything. That's kind of where my mind goes. Like, why am I putting all this effort if no one's going to do the same shit for me?
Yeah, something that I often do end up feeling the same way. But something that I often I try to remind myself of is, like everybody else is, maybe they're having the same thought.
Yeah, that's kind of what I have to remind myself of too. Yeah. But it does mess up, with my self-confidence a lot.
Yeah.
That's
what it does.
Think that way, yeah.
That's how it is when with me and dating in particular. That really does. It really does shake my confidence a little bit. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. That was another thing. I don't know if I said it here or where, but like the fear of being rejected. Like, I don't fucking care. That doesn't fucking matter to me.
Yeah.
I think it was here. It's like not being rejected, not in like a really superficial sense, like somebody saying no. Like if I ask to buy her a drink or something, that doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. It's not a big deal. But it's this. If I keep putting in my time and effort to really try to make something happen here, and then if I don't initiate everything, then nothing happens.
Yeah.
That's the rejection that I'm feeling. And
yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, it does. I'm like, I've had plenty of experiences with that with the dating scene. Oh man. Yeah, my mind is very blank today.
It's all right.
Do you have any plans for Halloween?
Oh, sorry, I was reading something. No. No, none at all. I have nothing.
No. Do you ever pass out candy?
Sometimes. I don't think I'm going to this year, though.
Okay.
I try to as much as I can.
Okay, I stopped doing it because my neighborhood is boring. Like, I live in a pretty, rural, or I don't know, like, there's a lot of families. I live within, there's plenty of freaking schools around my neighborhood. So I'm like, there should be an abundance of kids, right? But none come down my neighborhood for Halloween. I get like 8 kids throughout the whole night, and then that's it. So I'm like, I'm not doing it anymore. because I love seeing, you know, the kids in their costumes. It's so cute, and I love giving them all this candy. But we don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters in our neighborhood, so I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this anymore because I don't get anyone.
I think the kind of common rule or whatever, the common thing to do is lights on or off on the porch.
Yeah, and I keep mine on. It's just, I don't know, my neighborhood's just boring.
Yeah, most of my neighborhood is like super dark. Almost the entirety of it.
Yeah, so is mine. And I'm like, this sucks. Like, because there's a shit ton of kids all around this neighborhood that I live in. And like, yeah, my whole street is like pretty much bare, you know, and like lights are off and there's a little bit of decorations here and there, but like I'll decorate my, you know, door a little bit, I'll flip the light on, and I don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters. Like for the past 4 years, yeah, I've never gotten more than like 8 kids.
So here's how do you feel about parents who bring their like infants to the door?
I mean, it's cute, but I'm like,
I don't want to give you candy.
It's like, you guys can't eat this unless it's for you. You know,
that's what I mean. Is that's what the parents are doing? They're getting candy for themselves.
Yeah.
Which that's why I don't want to.
Yeah, and like a lot of the kids I get are usually like high schoolers, middle schoolers.
Mine are elementary and middle school age.
I get a couple of elementary, but most of mine are like frickin' high schoolers and middle schoolers. But yeah, I don't do it anymore. I've stopped doing it like the last year or 2, just because I don't get kids anymore coming to my door. Even though I have, you know, everything's decorated outside of my door. Yeah, there's not a lot of trick-or-treating action in my neighborhood. So I stopped doing it. And then now with my job, you know, I work on Halloween. So, yeah, I don't do that anymore. I remember, like, with COVID, like the first year after COVID, I got really excited because I'm like, man, all these kids are want to be going out and, you know, trick-or-treating, and I had all these bags, little Ziploc baggies of candy, and I was excited because I'm like, it's going to be a good year. I'm going to have all these kids because they're
excited for this.
Last year. Yeah, I was like so fucking stoked, and I only got like a handful of fucking kids. I'm like, god damn it.
That might have been a good time. Would that have been a good year to hand out hand sanitizer instead of candy?
Probably, but like with me, I had gloves on.
Yeah.
When I was putting candy in the little baggies, like I had them in Ziploc baggies to just hand them out, and there were like 5 fucking things of candy per bag, and I only had a couple come in. I mean, I wasn't too upset because I ended up with a lot of really good candy for myself. So, I mean, I guess that's a plus side of not getting a lot of trick-or-treaters, but
I'm sure your dentist was happy about that too.
But right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you know this, but my nickname in our family is Lombriz, which is translated into tapeworm, because I love sweets. Like,
I don't recall ever hearing anyone say that.
No, well, that's one of my nicknames is Lombriz, because I fucking love sweets, and yeah, I love candy. I love sweets. I always have to have a little something sweet after I eat, you know, lunch, dinner, whatever. I'm that person.
Just so Werther's.
Yeah. I just need a little something sweet, you know,
yeah,
after I eat. Every time. But so, I mean, I wasn't too upset because I had all that candy that year, but I was upset because I'm like, I thought we were going to get all these kids. Because I remember at my store, we sold out of all of our fucking candy. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good year for fucking trick-or-treaters. And I got like a handful. I was like, what the fuck, man? I went through all this effort of making these little baggies, and I only got like 5 of you.
That would bug me a bit if I really tried and didn't get anything.
Yeah, that pissed me off. And like, I usually have a little simple costume on, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking Is that
I like Halloween. I always kind of dress up a little bit, and then yeah.
so? It's okay. So it's good. It's okay to dress up if you're just handing out candy.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking I was gonna do like a grandpa kind of thing, and every
Okay.
time a kid comes, act like a excited grampy, you know.
Mm-hmm. Like my mom still does that. Like they haven't passed out candy in a while, but the few times I remember as a kid, every Halloween my mom would dress up too, and she'd be like, "I'm getting fucking candy too." um,
It's free.
'cause, I mean, she's like a fucking kid at heart. I mean, she would take my brother and I's candies anyways, and like hide them somewhere. But she used to always dress up too, and like even like a couple years ago, she was still dressing up and handing out candy, you know, to the fucking kids in full costume. But I do that too when I passed out candy. I would have a simple little costume. I think the last time I did it, I just dressed up as a cat.
A cat?
Yeah, I just bought little fucking cat ears. I was a black cat, you know, I had
Black
a black
clothes.
shirt, black leggings, yeah. I drew the little nose whiskers on my face and had the cat ears on, clipped the tail, and I was a cat, and then yeah.
My go-to is I have a banana
Okay.
costume that you just slip on. That's my go-to for Halloween. If I don't have anything else or I don't know what else to do, I just put that on.
That's your go-to?
Yep. It's my
Yeah,
standby.
I got, for this year, because they let us dress up at work, but I'm kind of debating if I want to do this. Old Navy had these bat onesies, and I bought one. It's like a fleece bat little onesie, and it has like the fucking wings and ears, fangs, you know, and I'm like, I might wear this to work on Halloween.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm like, I might wear this if I'm working on Halloween. I'm pretty sure I will be. Actually, yeah, I will be working on Halloween.
Oh, lame.
Just because I have to set up my Christmas stuff.
Something else that bugs me is when people bring their dogs and expect candy.
I love when they bring their
I don't
dog.
mind the dog.
I love it.
It's that they want candy. Like, I'm not giving your dog chocolate. What the fuck?
It's like they're gonna die.
Yes.
I might. If I had more. Sorry, you can probably hear my husky.
That's fine.
She's fucking barking away. She's weird. Yeah, I always wanted to have fucking dogs come to my door too and give them like dog treats.
That I would do. Absolutely would do that. Is give dog treats and then watch the disappointment on the people's faces.
Right? It's like, oh, we don't get candy? No, bitch.
It's dog candy,
for
bitch.
you.
What do you think? If you want candy, you dress your ass up.
Oh my gosh. I want to dress up my dogs for Halloween. I've only done it to Bria, my 14-year-old. When she was like 5 months old, I dressed her as a lobster. I'll have to find a picture and send it to you, but I dressed her up as a lobster, and she wanted to, like, it had, like, the claws on it, so she was trying to, like, eat at the claws. She was, like, a 5-month-old puppy. Dang. Yeah, I'm gonna find this picture, and I'll share it. But yeah, she was a lobster. She was a cute lobster. A little fucking white-pink lobster, because she's all white. Let me find this, and I'll send it to you. Pretty sure I have it. Let's see here. Where is it? But yeah, that's the only time I've ever dressed up a dog. It's just her on Halloween. And then she helped pass out candy.
How was that? How does she do that?
It was fine. She just sat, you know. She's a very friendly dog.
Oh, okay. She just sat there.
Yeah, she's a very friendly dog. So she was fine. She's like, ooh, people. I love people.
Yeah.
She's a little attention whore, so.
So is Maggie, but she's really, because she's a hound, she just has to smell every inch of you before she starts wanting pets.
Yeah. Bria, she'll just go right up to people. She prefers people more than dogs. Damn it. I know I have a picture of her as a lobster. Yeah, she was the cutest lobster. And she hated her costume. She's like, get this shit off of me. Yeah, she was a cutie lobster.
Oh, I think I misspoke. Alexis Rocha just got his ass beat.
Uh-oh.
I was fully expecting they pulled up a scrub, because Alexis Roach is not very good. But, well, that's just proof positive of what I already fucking knew, so whatever.
Yeah, I'm like determined to find this picture now of this dog, because I know I have it, and she just looks so cute. She had just gotten fixed too that week, so she was a little loopy for Halloween while wearing a lobster costume.
While you're doing that, let me start winding down here.
Okay.
So, as you just heard, we did a tarot reading today for Hard Shell Tacos, and then we just kind of shot the shit. And that's kind of what we're here to do anyway. Spooky shit shooting tacos is what we got. Network stuff. Okay. So, I mentioned Progressive Patriots already, so we have the domestic version. We just kicked off the international version, which focuses out, shit outside of the U.S., obviously. Both of them have discussion on the Palestine-Israel thing, but different lenses. You know what I mean? B-sides boxing, Ultimate Fucking Casual for MMA. I think that's it. I do have other shows that I want to do. I have the name secured, All Your Base, for video games. And I want to do more, like, of this tarot thing. That. Yeah. So we came up with the name Ookie Spooky Stuff is the name of the show. So that coming soon, trademark.
Like, I'll definitely hop on board for that.
Yeah.
We want to discuss some supernatural stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
stories.
Is supernatural stuff, paranormal stuff.
Boy, do I have stories.
Occult, esoteric, whatever. All that ookie spooky shit. I love that stuff. So we're gonna do that.
Yeah, same. You said you're doing a video game one?
Yeah, I'm still trying to work out the details.
Let me know, like, what kind of video games, because I do play quite a bit of them.
I don't know if it'll be... I'm pretty sure it's going to be, like, current, recent releases.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe some indie games, like, on Steam or whatever.
Yeah, speaking of video games, like, I'm excited for November, because they're finally releasing the fucking Hogwarts game, Legacy, on Switch. So I'm excited to grab that one. And I know I'm, like, going to be very late to the game on that, because it released everywhere else, on every other fucking console earlier last year. But I'm excited for that game to come out finally for the Switch. But yeah, let me know about... Yeah. I might want to pop in on an episode or two of that one.
I'm finding out from all these... from everybody that does all the different shows, like, they don't listen to anything. Not even their own. Like, come the fuck on. Like, I need you to... We're the network thing. You gotta be involved a little bit.
Yeah. Like, I don't listen to our episodes that much because, again, I don't like the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
But, I love listening to other podcasts. I'm all about, I've gotten really into listening to a lot of podcasts lately. And I always want, more and more. So I might start listening to the other ones, too.
Even if just to get some more, like, Lux Media lore.
Yeah.
And just about who the other personalities are.
Yeah.
Right. Lux Media, the website, luxmedia.net, all the social media handles, luxmedianet. It's spelled with the V, because I'm really cool. I think that's going to be it. Parting words.
I just hope you guys are having a great week. I hope you have a good Halloweeny. Yeah, just have a good week.
I hope you don't have an inverted emperor of a week.
There you go.
All right. Thank you for listening to this episode of Hard Shell Tacos.
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you have any questions or comments on what was discussed or have a topic you'd like to hear on the podcast, you can leave a message on our unattended phone line at 833-589-7637. That's 833-LUX-PODS. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxentertainment.net.
The song taking us out today is Endless and Artificial by City Girl. If you want to check out more music, go to lvx.at/city.